Thank you so much
Awesome.
for joining us. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thanks for including me here, Christian. I appreciate that. So I'm Vladimir Popov. I work as a Chief Innovation Officer at the Frederick National Lab for Cancer Research. I'll tell you a bit about a lab, but my background is basically in life sciences. I've done cancer research. I worked in academia, healthcare, had a startup, worked in tech transfer, and kind of moved into the business development from scientific side, if you will. And I've been with the lab for the last 8 years in various different positions. The latest one being the Chief Innovation Officer, where we actually restructured a couple of offices and opened a Center for Innovation and Strategic Partnerships. Frederick National Lab it's an interesting entity. We don't write checks, so we don't kind of do your traditional non-dilutive funding, but we do a lot for startups in a sense where we can do work for them, and there's a lot of unique capabilities and a lot of expertise around the lab. We're about 2,400 people. We're funded by NCI and IAD, so we're government funded, but we're different from the government because we're contractor operated. So we do have flexibility in different types of partnerships. We love partnering with small companies. We can support them through, various applications, SBIR, STTR. We do have also technologies and IP for licensing as a federal lab. We don't take any equity or we don't dilute anything. We just do a straight up licensing. As far as the lab goes, like I said, we're fully funded. Probably 2/3 of our work is cancer related, and then 1/3 of our work is HIV and infectious emerging diseases. So anything nasty that emerges out there, Ebola, Zika, COVID, we'll be out there probably addressing in one way or the other. We do everything from very basic research all the way to running clinical trials. So we partner with everyone and anyone, and because we are a national lab, we're considered a national resource, and this is where we always tell people to take advantage of us. We're funded by your taxpayer dollars, and even though we do have contract work to do for the governments, we always find time and bandwidth for external partners. So we can do things for small companies, at cost. We can do things for free, as we call it, in kind. So there are a lot of things that the companies could take advantage of us. So that's kind of my full-time job. I do wear another hat, which is within kind of a broader federal lab world. I also I'm a point contact, and I sit on executive board for a federal lab consortium. So Federal Lab Consortium, it's a consortium of all the federal labs in the US, and there's over 300 federal labs in the US, believe it or not. And there's probably close to $250 billion annually invested in federal research. So there are a lot of things coming out there, a lot of potential collaborations, partnerships, a lot of good IP that can also be licensed if you're looking for a next venture, if you're looking to add to your pipeline. That's certainly something to consider. Yeah, I mean, ask any questions, happy to answer.
Will you be at Bio this year?
Yeah, we will be. So our lab, Project National Lab, will have some floor space. It's going to be within bigger federal lab consortium. NCI will be there. I saw Michael here, Michael Salgeller, also on the list here today. So we work very closely, obviously, with Michael and his group, and then a couple of other federal labs will be there as well. We'll also have a little plug. We got selected to do a panel, so we'll have a panel. I think it's on June 4th. It's called "In and Out of This World," partnering with federal labs. So we have folks like International Space Station, which does a lot of work in biomedical work up in space. We'll have NIH on the panel. 2 industry partners and Army partners. So it should be a good panel kind of discussing how can companies work with federal labs and what are the advantages, what are some of the myths that people, kind of carry and misunderstand when working with federal entities.
Vladimir, that was some great information. I have a feeling you're going to get flooded with outreach after this meeting. And good luck with that. I will say our members are awesome and they bring a ton of resources, but if we could focus those resources on maybe one thing you're working on right now that you would like our help in making successful, or what, maybe something on your mind that we can help you with, what would that be? Would be a great reason to reach out to you with a resource.
Yeah, I mean, there's a program we pushed out probably about 2 years ago, and it's kind of broader federal lab program. We call it Flex. It's Federal Lab Education Accelerator. What we did was take a handful of promising technologies from a number of different federal labs, and I'm talking, DOE, DOD, CIA, NSA, and NCI, and created this kind of super portfolio, as we call it, that has everything from cancer to drone in it. And then we partnered with MBA programs that teach entrepreneurship, and we probably at this point we're partnering with 15 different MBA programs. The idea is, you have students who do kind of full evaluation of technology, and you have labs who are trying to license technology. So you're putting two interest groups together. We had, a first success as a startup company with licensed technology from a federal lab, and a couple of more in works. So again, if you're looking for new things to license, if you're looking for even capabilities to figure out how to kind of dip into the federal world, looking through that portfolio will also give you a good idea of what's out there.
That's really exciting, Vlad, and it's a great opportunity for our members. Hey, we say this is a volunteer club, and all of our panelists are volunteers, and you as members are volunteering, I hope, your time to do these sorts of things. This is a great opportunity to be involved. Just so excited about our panelists today. Vlad, thanks for being here.